Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session on Tableau environment with me, Abidunisa Begum. So, as you must have understood, that this is the session or the class is going to be about how does Tableau look, how do we install it, and how does it work. So, we're going to just go through the basics of how is it done, and then in our future classes, we'll be going to create several reports and several types of graphs and all. The agenda is really simple, like I said. We're just going to see how do you install Tableau and how do you run it. So that's all we are going to do today, so that you can be prepared by installing your Tableau public. Public version is what we're going to use, and then that's how we're going to go ahead. So as you all know, my name is Abidunita Begum. I am a technical trainer. I give trainings on R, Python, and Tableau. And so basically a data science trainer. Now, what do I have for you? I'm just going to take you through the Tableau website. So here, when you get to this website, okay, you have several options here. Okay, this is the Tableau website, and in the Tableau product section, you can go to the one that you want to download. So like I've told you, Tableau desktop, server, online, these require licenses. So what you would have to do is you would be downloading it and you will have to pay for it after a 14 days of free trial. So downloading them is also pretty simple. Just click on them, and then you can, when you click on try it for free, you can click on that and just enter your email ID, and if you want to download the free trial, you can do it, and later on you can just go for buy now if you want to buy it. But then if you're just a learner, or if you are somebody who's trying to teach, so I think Tableau public does the work for you. So you can just click on Tableau public, you get here, so you have the Tableau public website over here. What do you do? Again, the same, just enter your email ID and you download, and it gets directly downloaded. It's as simple as that. And it has several other options here, whichever you want to download, you can go into. I would suggest you to just explore the website and try to understand what do they have to say about Tableau. It's actually kind of, not kind of, a lot informative. So that's all about downloading. I hope you have understood. You can, like however you run any other app, you can directly run it. So that's as simple as that. Now getting back to our Tableau public. Now when you open Tableau public, go to where it's downloaded, click on it like how you open any of your apps. This is where you'll land at. Right now, this is how the Tableau environment looks like. This is going to be a first page. So this is how it's going to go. So this is going to be the first page. Next page is where you will check out your data and data set, and after that you will go into the environment where you will be working. Right, so this page is basically for you to select what kind of a file do you want to connect to, whether it's from your system or whether it's from a server. So here you'll be selecting what kind of a file you choose. Then here you have how to videos. You will have an overview, intro to the interface of Tableau, chart types, different chart types, how do you create a dashboard, and a lot more to learn from this as well. Now you have several visualization of the day. So if you remember, I have spoken to you about the Tableau community. So when you click on this, you'll be going into the Tableau community, and there you will find several visualizations created by different users. Now, if you search for my name on it, Abidunisa, you'll be finding my graphs created, or my visualizations that I've created. Now you have several other things as well here. You have several resources. You can download sample datasets from here directly. So whatever I'm going to use throughout all of our sessions, they are going to be from these datasets only. Or if there are any new, I would give you an idea of from where to download them, right? Now, these are the visualizations that I've already created. So you can click on one and you can just have a view of it. But then always remember, in Tableau public, you do not get to save your visualization on your system. You save it in the Tableau community. And when if you want to open it, you can just directly come into Tableau public and open them, right? So that's how it works. Now coming back to the connecting. So here you'll be connecting to the file, and here you can see it's from a server to a server. So these are Google Sheets and Web Data Connector. But then if you're using Tableau Desktop, there will be a whole lot of options. So I would also suggest you to download a 14-day free trial of Tableau Desktop and take this kind of a homework, right? So just download those and download Tableau Public as well as Tableau Desktop. So what you can do there, You can just check out and tell me what are the differences, in both of them, and I would like you to comment it, right? So that I understand that you are actually going through. So that's one point I would like you to do so that you understand the differences. Now, what am I going to do here? I'm going to connect an Excel sheet. So I'm going to click on Microsoft Excel here. And when I do that, I have a lot of options. Now I have one of my data sets here called as Superstore data. That's how you open it. Just click on that and the file that you want to select. Now this here is called as a canvas. Okay, and this is where you'll be able to see your data set. Now what will you do in a canvas? Like I have already told you, Tableau is all about dragging and dropping your data. So here I'm going to take, so as you know, Tableau, the Excel sheets in Excel, there are a lot of sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, depending upon how many number of sheets you have. So these 3 sheets in my Excel file: orders, returns, and users. So I'm going to just take orders. Either I can drag and drop it, that's how it goes, or I can just double click on it and it would go here. So this is called as a canvas. You saw my orders here, and here you can see the data set, right? So data set, but the orders one, not all the returns or the users part. Also, this will not be included. So this is how it goes. Now this is our data set, and we have just loaded the data set that we want to use. What do you do then? Here you can see a prompt: go to the worksheet that you want to work on. Just click on this. This is for sheet. If you want to open a new worksheet, if you want to create a new dashboard, is this one. Then if you want to create a story, it's this one. So let's not go deep into that. It's just that so you understand Tableau environment. We'll be learning about Tableau dashboards as well as Tableau stories in our next sessions. Now this is the place where you'll be working basically, right? So you have all your options here: file, data, worksheet, right? You have your tips on worksheets or your dashboards, story, analysis, map, what are the different kind of maps, and then format, windows. So these are all the options you have. One thing that you must always remember, there are something called as dimensions and measures. So what are dimensions and measures? The data, okay, let's go back to the data source. Okay, so the numerical data that you would find, that is what you call as uh, measures, and the names that you can find, they are called as the dimensions. Now I have a question for you. What do you do with the data that is, something like a postal code or something? That is not a number, right? That's not exactly a number. That's a name. Is can we include that into a dimension? So that's how it is. It's going to be a dimension, right? So row ID, discount, unit price, shipping cost, all the numbers you see here, they're going to go into the measures. The remaining all, the names that you can find, they're going to go into the dimensions. Similarly, the pin code or the postal code will also go into dimension. Why? Because they are unique and they are not literally, the numbers that you get to count, right? So they would also be going into dimensions. Coming back to our sheet one. So can you see here? We have all these. You can see this sign will help you. So this is something related to maps. So city, country, and customer ID is a number. So customer ID is unique, row ID is unique, and order ID is unique, postal code is unique, and hence they are in our dimensions. Now, in our measures, you have discount, product based margin, profit, quantity ordered, sales, all these you can see in your measures. So just remember these ones, the upper ones, these are dimensions, and the below one, these are the measures. There is a possibility sometimes that these they can be interchanged. So sometimes Tableau might not read them properly. So suppose you can sometimes find sales in your dimensions, and if that is so, what you can do is you can just drag and drop it to its place. But that's not how it is, right? Row ID is supposed to be in the tables, it will be in the tables, sorry, in the dimensions. So you have dimensions and measures. Now I hope this is clear, you are able to understand this concept. Now let us go back here. These are the marks, right? You can basically beautify your visualization using these. So I'll show you how to use this, but just for an understanding, these are the labels. This is the size of your visualization or the chart. This is the color. Again, this is the tooltip and the details. So whatever filters you want to apply, whatever pages are there. Now, hence these are called as cards and these are called as pills. And here you will be taking, you'll be writing, dragging and dropping the dimension or measure so that, you can, what of those values that you want in your columns. So suppose I want these in my column. Okay. So, and I want these in my rows. Okay, so you can see how is the sale going on from January to July in the month of 2000, sorry, in the year of 2015, right? So this is how you can create a visualization. It's as simple as that. You just drag and drop. But the different types of charts and graph will definitely do in our further classes. Now, this is something really important. Show me, and you will have all the different types of graphs and charts. And I'm going to talk about this to you in our next class. So I really hope you were able to understand this. If you have any doubt, do not forget to mention those in the comment section. Thank you very much for being with me throughout this session. I hope you understood. Goodbye till the next session. Happy learning.